Oh, yes, you can. Now, this community is on that level 2 evacuation. They've got fire crews here all over the community of Roslyn, and of course the wildfire smoke up above in the hills. Now, people in this town tell me they have seen wildfires in this area, of course, but nothing this close in a long time. This fire started on August 11th. It continues to burn out of control, and now there's a real possibility people might have to grab their stuff and get out on a moment's notice.
I'm packed as much as I can be and just waiting for the go.
As the community of Roslyn sits at a level 2 evacuation,
13 years we've been living here.
residents like Berlinda Marua remain on edge.
And I was even surprised it came even to Roslyn, but anything's possible. You just never know what might be happening.
The city canceled their Sunday market and a planned holiday parade. Instead, fire trucks and fire crews were a more common sight around downtown. Firefighters from around the state are now in the area, preparing to protect homes if it comes to that.
It's at a level 2, so.
Police were going door to door with flyers asking residents to conserve water. With conditions so dry, they might need every drop if the fire makes it over here. Over there, strong winds have pushed smoke into the neighboring resort community of Suncadia. It remains on a level 1 evacuation.
It's a little weird to just carry on with our vacation while we hear that neighboring towns are getting their stuff ready to hit the road as soon as possible.
Smoke from the fire did cause some closures at the resort's pool, but most vacationers said it didn't have much of an impact.
I feel really bad for the people who it is affecting, and a lot of them work here too, so you just hear everybody at the resort kind of talking about their own stuff.
Around Roslyn, the signs of support are everywhere. Now they're just hoping for a little luck with this stubborn fire.
We are so grateful for all the efforts they have put in. They're willing to put their lives to save people like us, which they don't even know who we are.
And this afternoon, staff from the Forest Service were walking here around the streets of Roslyn with these maps, just trying to show people the spread of the fire, trying to illustrate for them the scope of the evacuations. The state has put so many resources into this fire. 600 people, 5 helicopters, 67 engines. Sadly, the size is still more than 18,000 acres burned and 0% contained. We're live tonight in Roslyn. Amy Moreno, King 5 News.
All right, Amy, thank you. Of course, that is not the only fire burning tonight. The Uno Peak fire keeps growing as well. It has more than doubled since we talked about it yesterday and has now burned more than 2,200 acres. Firefighters are battling the flames 15 miles northwest of Manson, and the smoke from that fire can be seen from Lake Chelan. Firefighters are limited, though, in directly attacking the flames because of, again, the rugged terrain and the weather. So they're working to improve the fire lines, trying to hold the flames at Coyote Ridge. Hikers and campers have evacuated because of the Jack Creek fire, that one burning 15 miles southwest of Leavenworth. That fire has grown to about 630 acres. Lightning sparked that fire as well, August 11th. So let's get to, Jim Guy. You see this one, firefighters, they're not just battling the flames. We are talking about that heat. Now, it's been hot over here, Jim, but we know, of course, east of the Cascades in the summer, it's been just as dry and hotter there.
Yes, it definitely has been, and that's going to continue for the next couple of days. And now it looks like the wind is going to start to pick up. So I want to show you, this is the red flag warning that's in effect, and it's been expanded. Now, yesterday, for high fire danger, it was just the eastern slopes of the North and Central Cascades. Now it's the entire area of the Cascades, and also the Olympics have now been included in this red flag warning. It goes into effect, well, basically it's in effect right now. It's going to stay in effect right through Tuesday night. So temperatures here are going to be in the 80s and 90s. The humidity in these areas that you see will be less than 25%. Wind's going to be easterly over the Cascades, 10 to 15. And here's the deal now. Gusts are going to start to pick up. 25 to 30 miles an hour, a possibility. Okay, I showed you this yesterday. Here's Leavenworth today, and it looks the same. Look at the smoke in the Leavenworth area. Okay, so here's our winds. Now, we did have a little smoke come in today from fires down in Oregon, some high-level smoke. This is at 5,000 feet above the ground. We're looking at winds from our high-resolution computer model, which today northerly, all right, but we did have a little smoke kind of sneak in on the top of those northerly winds. But this is what I'm looking at as we get into the day on Monday. Look at the easterly winds really start to pick up across the Cascades. Downsloping winds, offshore winds doing a couple of things, really helping to warm us up. Record-breaking temperatures tomorrow because of those offshore winds, and that's going to transport smoke over us from those fires burning over on the other side of the Cascades. And that situation looks like it's going to continue Monday night and right on into the day on Tuesday with those winds coming in from the east. All right, we've got heat to deal with. We'll look at temperatures here coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim, air quality as well. We'll be talking about that. 140 hikers east of Portland are safe after a wildfire trapped them in the mountains overnight. Many of the hikers went up Eagle Creek Trail yesterday to swim at a popular spot with waterfalls and pools. Well, then a fire broke out near the Columbia River Gorge Trail and then spread to the hiking trail. Because the only way out was difficult and it was getting dark, officials urged them to just spend the night there. They dropped the supplies, a bunch of supplies to the hikers, and they made it out today. Buses brought the hikers out to their families all throughout the day. Families had waited anxiously, not knowing if their loved one was on the next bus. Fire officials say Eagle Creek fire was likely caused by fireworks. Northeast of Missoula, Montana, residents who evacuated are now being allowed to return home, but they might not be able to stay very long. The Rice Ridge fire is threatening more than 1,000 homes near Seeley Lake. That fire has burned more than 52,000 acres. It's just one of more than 24 active wildfires in Montana right now. Voluntary evacuations are in place as firefighters battle the Slinkard fire in Douglas County, Nevada. It's burning near a highway along the Nevada-California state line. The highway is back open after being closed for a couple of days. It's believed lightning ignited that fire Tuesday afternoon. It has burned close to 8,000 acres of thick brush.